Making movies is not easy. It's a pain in the neck. You could do something 12 different ways, 150 billion different ways. It starts on the page first with the storyteller, with Brad Bird.
You gotta finish this.
Lit all of a sudden, and then the shadow will just
We'd work on scenes, and we'd have the scene awesome from beginning, middle, and end. In this one scene, it's perfect. It stands alone.
It's a script that he brings up to the story department, and they, throw around ideas of what this battle will be.
And then the arm comes down, Bud screams, "Oh!" The Omnibus standing right there. The story pitch in animation is to give the director a sense of how the sequence is going to play.
Cut wide as it swings, and boom!
So when you're pitching to Brad, you have to get into character. You're going to be a performer when you make notes and get the bits right, the details of the action, of the blocking, of the story points. Once we nail that, then we go into filmmaking aspect of it.
Doing animatics is basically adding movement to storyboards. It sort of brings the reels to life very early on.
The reason to do animation is caricature.
Dramatic things are just that makes this work unusual and kind of otherworldly, is there's all these things that really don't happen in people quite this dramatically, like this straight line down his nose. It's stuff you see, you see people that have something like that, but this is the way you would draw it if you're drawing it very quickly in a cartoon.
Fire's hard, hair's hard.
Violet has this long, black, dark hair, which has to move when she moves.
Bob is a superhero. He's muscular. You expect to see that musculature
We had to build a skeleton. We had to put muscles on top of it. Those muscles had to be able to flex and bulge, and you had to be able to see them.
I mean, we do not have every bone in the body or anything like that.
The fine-scale detail really sells it as being a human and being realistic. Facial pores, facial hair, pimples.
A key idea of the film is to have the mundane and the fantastic, and have these things, kind of interlocked. So we also tried to make environments that were fantastic right next to things that were very everyday.
The challenging thing about the animated film is that you have to entirely invent the world. And it involves performers who are essentially like dancers, watching the action on the screen, walking in sync with the actors on the screen, or manipulating objects to make the sounds for the scene.
He's not having the best time of his life. We definitely chose for this to be the most monochromatic scene to show this is not the most joyful place for him, as opposed to later when things are looking up for him, he's feeling a little bit better about himself. We have sunlight washing in, everything's golden to support that part of the story.
Tools guys are amazing, but they are kind of the unsung heroes of a project like
Tools creates the software that the rest of the company uses for its creative work. We write the software that the modelers use to actually create the models, and we write the software that the layout people use to initially position the models in the scene, and that the animators use to make the models perform, and that the lighting people use to light the scene and then render the final result.
We had to build some specialized controls for these characters that would let them do things that none of our characters had done before. A lot of stretching and morphing and getting mushed around that would let the animators essentially distort space, kind of like a wormhole.
So The Incredibles is not only an incredible film, but it's an incredible technological feat as well.
If I did what they were doing, I'd be going, hey, I just made a miracle happen! Come on, little respect here! But these guys are quiet, and they just, they make these films absolutely possible.